Anyway, I'm a little behind on the Matt Rife thing. I think he made an edgy joke as a comedian, and people went, this comedian made an edgy joke. And now everybody's upset with him and trying to like cancel him, which is really only going to further his career. I don't know why you guys act like you have any power. Just a bunch of crybabies. Although I heard a couple of Matt Rife fans say that his Netflix special or whatever was a little bit a little mediocre. But hey, you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Let's just see what we got here.
All right, so it looks like some people are upset with Matt Rife for a joke he made in his new comedy special. So they're trying to cancel him for being sexist. But
I think also they all talk. What's weird is they're all insulting him by saying he's just so hot, and that's the only reason he's popular. And I'm sure it's a factor. You know, the halo effect is always a factor. You know, that's why I have a voice for. They say I have a face for radio. You know, maybe if you didn't see my face, maybe I would do better. If I was just on radio. But it's a factor. It's the old halo effect.
I think this backlash that Matt's getting is probably what he's hoping for, because he opened the special with this joke, and you know his audience.
What did Matt Rife say? Question mark. Domestic violence show controversy explained as comedian faces cancellation online. Okay, whatever, dude.
This is like 95% women, and he's also popular with the TikTok crowd. So he had to know.
Was he? I never heard of this guy. I mean, not that I'm like a big TikToker anymore, but I never heard of that. Thank you so much for a 12-month medium gut from Desired Mental. Hope your edge goes well today, my friend. Okay, thank you so much. I gotta start vetting these before I read them.
Oh, something like this was gonna happen.
I've only been to Baltimore one time. I ate lunch there, and the hostess who like seats you at the restaurant had a black eye.
Oh.
A full black eye. And it wasn't like, what happened? It was pretty obvious what happened. And we couldn't get over the fact that we're like, this is the face of the company? Like, this is who you have greeting people?
I will say they do have makeup that you can cover yourself up, guys. If you want any tips on how to cover that up if something unfortunate and tragic happens to you, you can get in contact with my wife on the Robin Dan 6-3 Instagram or TikTok. She'll be able to help you with that. So, yeah, she's a professional at covering that up.
And my boy who I was with was like, yeah, I feel bad for her, man. I feel like they should put her in the kitchen or something where nobody has to see her face, you know? And I was like, yeah, but I feel like if she could cook, she wouldn't have that black eye.
Ooh, got him.
And you know, I never really liked Matt.
The joke is fun. It's just stupid. I feel like my criticism is it's like almost too obvious. You know what I mean? But hey, who cares? It's not that big of a deal. You know, you could just turn things off if you don't like them.
Rife, I never thought he was funny, but
then again, my whole channel is complaining about people I don't like. So, I mean, who the fuck am I, right?
But I feel like that joke isn't that bad. Maybe it's just because I'm a misogynist and my hatred towards women outweighs my hatred towards Matt Rife. No, but even though the joke wasn't that bad, of course, there's still going to be backlash from it. Anybody could have told you
what's
that.
Going on, brother?
So I think Matt definitely saw this.
I mean, I'm surprised there's backlash from it, you know? I saw this interesting clip from Anthony Jeselnik, and my understanding was it was directed at Matt Rife, though, you know, maybe it wasn't. And it was saying something like, nowadays, I feel like comedians are trying to provoke that internet response. They're trying to get that internet response. And I sat there for a minute and I was like, maybe there's a level of truth to that. But maybe nowadays everybody just likes to complain. I mean, you put everybody together. You put all the most insufferable people at Thanksgiving dinner together on the internet. You know, you take the whole kids table at Thanksgiving. You take all the adults at the kids' table from Thanksgiving and you give them an online platform so that like they can all kind of talk together on the internet, and like their stupid opinions that you would laugh at in person all of a sudden become over-validated by each other. And then that's like the internet. That's what so everybody's trying to cancel you for every, like, you know, oh, I didn't like this joke. I didn't like that joke. Oh, and you know, it's not even just him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, I feel like, you know, at this point, it's like, it's not even about trying to trigger people anymore for me. It's about trying to just get you used to the fact that I'm an asshole. That's it. You know, this way you won't fucking cry and bitch and moan. You know, you kind of have to condition people to be like, oh, that's just Papa Gut. You know, because it's like, I'm tired of it. I'm on that woke burnout, like I said.
Coming. And like I said, I think he's trying to ruffle some feathers with this because, first of all, canceling a comedian for a joke never really does anything. You know, if these people really want to get to these comedians, just stop talking about them, stop trying to cancel them, because most of the time when they do try to cancel them, it only helps. Like at this point, if a comedian makes an offensive joke where you could tell they're trying to offend some people and they don't get canceled, that's way more embarrassing. So if Matt didn't get backlash for his special, he definitely would have been disappointed. Like you could tell this is the reaction he wanted, especially because
maybe
he doubled down and he
well, I doubt that he was like, oh, I can't wait for TikTok to lose their minds over this. I think that he probably didn't expect it. He was probably like, I'm going to say something edgy. And then he got pushback. And then he the response to it was kind of funny in my opinion.
This fake apology that of course upset people even more. But on the other hand, a lot of people thought this was hilarious.
Yeah, he sent like a link to a helmet or something, getting a helmet for people who were trying to cancel him.
Hilarious, and I'm sure he gained some new.
I like this stuff here though. This person down here is like, comedian Matt Rife ruined his entire career. No, he didn't.
Fans from
they got a fucking golden retriever here telling us that Matt Rife.
What's up, weirdos?
Matt Rife's career is over. And by the way, I don't even like or hate. I look at Matt Rife's face and I fucking hate him. I haven't looked at any really of his stuff. It's not for me. But you know, his career's not over because he made an edgy joke. Let's be real.
This, and even if he lost more fans than he gained, I'm sure he's
Bob's on his way to that conservative arc, complete with a wraparound sunglasses. I'm never gonna be in a conservative arc. Let me just tell you right now. I'm always gonna love gays, love the trans, love the black people, love the Hispanic people. I love all people. I love them all, but I don't have a liberal attitude. That's the thing. That's the problem with liberals. It's not their beliefs. It's their fucking attitude. You know, I don't walk around holier than thou, desperately trying to tell you what I think about Israel, Palestine, or whatever other social issue I've given myself 5 minutes to educate myself on, listening to my dumbest streamer, and then go, I know everything about this time. Actually, I know so much more than you about this topic here. It's just like, what the fuck are we talking about? You know, I'm just there for the party, to see my family. I have no interest in correcting my old drunk grandpa who starts, who just starts going a little crazy. That's not my responsibility, you know. I came, you know, my family came from his penis. I got to respect that. You know, I got to respect that. Plus, he's old as shit. So what the fuck am I going to do? He's not going to change his mind. I'm just kidding. My grandfather's dead as fuck, man. So
happy with that because he didn't want those fans to begin with. Like, I think that's mostly what he's doing here. He's trying to filter out fans that don't understand comedy. So he posted this to Instagram. He said, if you've ever been offended by a joke I've told, here's a link to my official apology. And the link says tap to solve your issue. And then you click on it and it takes you to a website that sells special needs helmets.
Damn. I didn't know that they sold specific special needs helmets. I thought that they were bicycle helmets, which, by the way, I would think is kind of cooler than whatever the fuck. These look kind of silly. No, I would rather, if I had a special need, I think I would want to wear some kind of a dinosaur bike helmet or Gumby. Well, maybe not Gumby, but you know, you understand my point though, right? It's like, you're gonna wear this. Why?
So, of course, comedy fans and people that are just anti-political correctness, anti-cancel culture.
And you guys know I love people with disabilities. My wife's a behavioral specialist with people with intellectual in the IDD community, a social worker. So I have a higher value, an understanding of people in that community. And even so, just get over the joke. It's not a big deal. Just like, move on.
Love this. And that's the thing. Most people do not care and they think this is hilarious. But of course, there's going to be people on Twitter and TikTok that are crying about it, which only helps bring attention to him. And
The Crown. What the hell? What show is that?
Brings in new fans that he'd rather have. Because like I said, I think he was kind of hoping for this to happen so he could filter out some of the fans that weren't really with him for the comedy. Because when he's on Two Bears, One Cave recently, you could tell he was starting to resent his audience a little bit. Because there's a good percentage of them that don't really care for his comedy. They're more fans of his looks and his crowd crowd work because they want to go to a show and just stare at him and then hopefully interact with him when he does crowd work.
Oh, what the curse of being attractive, am I right? The curse of being attractive, having followers that have no interest in your politics. They're just simping for you. You know, I know that feeling. You know, I know that feeling, guys, of course.
And you could tell he was getting annoyed with it.
Yes, I have this massive fan base that is predominantly women who are such a powerful fan base. Like, they're so supportive. And
Sure.
I mean, obviously, the ticket sales we did in 48 hours is insane.
Yeah, I can't believe they got that much of their own husband's money to go to the show.
But then I have to sort through all of those fans to find, okay, who are the real comedy fans? Who's
Right.
actually here because they believe I'm a funny comedian? Because so many of my online clips are just crowd work, people who don't know how comedy works think that's how the show is.
How are you managing that?
What does he do crowd work for, like a little bit? What is that, like the appetizer to the Sunday? Well, I guess Sunday is a dessert, but you understand, to the meal.
Because I wondered that too. It's like I see that it's like a natural thing to watch. You go like, oh, these are great crowd work clips.
Yeah.
They're going, I'm going to go talk to me, right?
It's you have to be patient, and I am patient to an extent. My
I'm about as funny as Matt Rife. Okay, dude, relax. I appreciate the compliment.
biggest problem is people can come to the show expecting crowd work and still be respectful. They can sit back, wait, and go, I bet it's going to come at some point. That's the audience member that I love.
That's what I think about my wife. Sometimes I'm like, she'll come at some point, and then she never does. So, not my fault, though.
Because the thing is, they're probably going to get it because I enjoy doing crowd work for me. Going back to what you were saying about my looks earlier.
Yeah.
You're saying all he does is crowd work? Oh, okay. I don't know, dude. Relax. Why are you? What are you happening? Why are you like anti-simping for this guy? Relax. It's okay. You're in the stream just to have a fucking just a meltdown. You're having a meltdown, dude. You're obsessed.
It's created this very hungry, supportive fan base that I'm so grateful for and has gotten me this far.
Yeah.
But now I am having to weed through those and find the real comedy fans because that's what I've been working so hard for the past 12 years. You know?
Right. And how do you do that? Like you just
you have to stay true to the craft, I suppose, as cheesy as that sounds.
But his problem is he's definitely played into
Why would I want to watch this podcast? It's just like these two weird dudes jacking each other off about something, such a simple concept.
his looks a lot, and that's obviously what's gotten him this far. So it is a double-edged sword. You know, he has to find a good balance between that, and it could cause some trouble for him. Who knows, his career could take a bit of a hit. Like, if he's done playing into the whole looks aspect of his comedy, which won't last very long to begin with.
Well, he's not done with it. He didn't even express he's done with playing into his looks. He just wants to get to the people who actually enjoy him for his comedy, not just because he's attractive. And he just looks like Nick Birch grown up from Big Mouth. So you know this guy has he probably has a tiny dingle. You know, so maybe you can rest easy with that thought in your mind. Rest easy with that thought.
Then at this point it is all up to his comedy, and we'll see how it goes. And with his new special, you could tell he's trying to change gears here, especially because he did this interview where he said, one thing I wanted to tackle in this special was showing people that despite what you think about me online, I don't pander my career to women. I would argue this special is way more for the guys.
Well, that's just kind of pathetic to me. Listen, I didn't think the joke was that bad, but if this guy's sitting here like, oh, I know a lot of my audience is women, but I don't like that because they just think I'm handsome and I'm a real comedian. I'm going to offend them tonight. That's what that says to me, and I just don't respect that. If he just made the joke because he thought the joke was funny, that's one thing. But in what I interpret it as, this guy was intentionally trying to trigger women. That's just cringe. Like, why? That's what you just wanted that response? It's like, come on.
And that also definitely upset a lot of people. You know, that combined with the opening joke, people are not happy with that. But he obviously doesn't care. And like I said, I think he's just using this to try to filter his audience, because he's probably thinking, if you get offended by this stuff, then I don't really care to have you as a fan to begin with.
Based.
You know, like, I don't think he's doing this just to get rid of all the women in his audience. I think he's doing this to find the ones that actually understand a joke. And he's trying to get rid of people like this.
Right? And it made me realize that sometimes if you don't have oppression of your own to pull from, you try to make fun of the oppression of others. But unfortunately,
Bro, shut the fuck up. It's not all that deep. Just shut up.
Unfortunately, you don't have the angle of understanding to make it funny. Because you were supposed to picture a woman getting hit because she can't cook, and you were supposed to laugh.
Yeah, I think it's funny when I hit my wife. It's all right. Relax. It's a joke, and she can take it anyway. She's a fucking tough girl. You know what I mean?
Did you laugh? Is that what he means by he made this for men? You want to make fun of domestic violence with men?
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, so anybody that hears that joke and has that kind of reaction, I think those are the people that Matt wanted.
What the fuck? What happened? We got she started to talk about Rosa Parks. Your grandfather saying he hooked up with Rosa Parks in front of the bus. What the hell?
To weed out.
Like, all of these jokes are dependent on other people's oppression and nuance. All right, relax. This is somebody who like identifies with some form of oppression, even though they're not oppressed. I have no interest in people like that.
And this person's jumping to a lot of conclusions. You know, Matt, he's dealt with some oppression. This poor guy, at every show, he gets sexually harassed.
True.
Meet and greet.
True. That's so true. He probably feels so unsafe around these vultures of women.
It's my ass grabbed all the time. Women will ask in front of my PR people or the meet and greet people who run all of it. They'll ask, like, can I grab your dick in the photo and stuff? And I'm like, or I'll be on stage and somebody will be like, take your pants off. I'm like, imagine if Amy Schumer was up here and somebody was like, let's see that clit. Like,
I'm gonna tell you right now, that would never happen unless I was at the show, because I happen to think that Amy Schumer is very attractive. I do. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But here's the thing. I think the biggest thing is that what juxtaposes that is that I'm not attracted to comedian women, because I don't think that funny women are attractive. Being funny is a masculine trait. And so very clearly the point of the moral of the story is Amy Schumer's not funny. She's not funny at all. And that's the only reason why I would hit that. But I wouldn't, because I'm married, of course.
So you just couldn't do it. Just challenge her to a thumb wrestling competition in the middle of the fucking show.
That is crazy, dude. That is crazy.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Why do you think I'm a dog, dude? Amy Schumer's kind of hot. What are you talking about? Yeah, I think it's because she's Jewish, honestly. I think that there's something about Jewish women. I don't know, dude. There's something about Amy Schumer. I would eat a mile of her shit just to lick her asshole. You know? I don't know why. I couldn't explain it. This is why. What a beautiful picture of the two of them. I think that's her dad. I don't know. But she's not bad. She is bad. She's kind of bad, you know? She reminds me of a single mom who's got kind of an attitude. A little bit bitchy, but she wouldn't tell my wife, you know? What, dude? Why are you guys having a meltdown? Why are you guys going crazy? Why are you guys so upset by the fact that I would fuck Amy Schumer? I don't get it. Like, what do you have invested in the situation? What do you got going on? Okay, like who do you find attractive? Shut up. I've said worse things. I talk about how I jack off to fucking femboy scat porn in the goddamn chat, and you guys are like, LOL, Papa Gut, but I say I'd fuck Amy Schumer, and you guys are losing your fucking minds. That's insane. That's insane. That's actually insane at this point. You guys are goblins. Okay? So, you guys are goblins. Absolute goblins.
Annoying, but it's like that is my price to pay.
See, that guy finds me attractive.
Having an overwhelming fan base. I've had like brawls thrown at me on stage. Like people bring signs and shit to shows now. They yell out the craziest things.
Like WWE.
Like, you wouldn't do this at Hamilton.
No,
you wouldn't yell out in the middle of a musical number and be like, "Eat my pussy." Somebody would stand
I would
up and be like, "Hey man, shut up. Thomas Jefferson's black right now."
And I also found this TikTok of this guy.
Thomas Jefferson's black right now.
About Matt's new special. It's probably Matt's only male fan. He said he went to watch it, and then in the first couple of minutes he had to turn it off because he betrayed his family.
All right, I hope that this guy doesn't look like he would identify as non-binary.
Fans.
Like 3 minutes of the
I mean, listen, there's nothing wrong if you identify as non-binary. It's just like, of course, I'm the only male fan, and I turned it off. Let me ask you a question. This is a real question, and let me pretext you by saying I love gay people. Okay, my wife has a lot of gay friends. Gay people love me. They think I'm very attractive. I say I look like a bear. I'm a big 6'4", overweight guy with a good. I have a nice amount of hair. I look good. So gay people like me, and I love gay people. But I mean, are gay guys men? And that's not even me asking in like a derogatory way. That's just me saying, like, I've never seen a gay guy hang out with a straight guy in my entire life. That doesn't exist. They hang out with other gay dudes or women. That's it. And I mean, that's cool. I love gay guys. But to sit here and this guy be like, I'm the only male guy. Are you? Like, do you really identify that way? Like, you are a biological male. But are you hanging out with dudes? Do you even like dudes? What do you have in common with guys? Do you wash your asshole? If the answer is yes, you're not a man. You know what I mean? What do you think we have in common? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, dude. That's all I'm saying.
Be adult star became a member.
Oh, thank you. What? Be an adult star? What the fuck was that? Am I actually serious about what?
Zegra super chatted $1.99. I'm a real mug-blooded American, you hear?
I didn't realize I had the chats off.
Sign 12 super chatted $4.
I just realized my alerts are off. I'm sorry.
Wow, this is really my first stream and you think Amy Schumer's hot? Maybe
yeah,
I
right.
should reconsider subbing.
Oh, you know
Desired
what?
Mental super chatted $4.99. We might be goblins, but you wanna gobble on Amy's PP.
Oh man, that's the one thing. I've talked to my wife about it. We've talked about what our favorite superpowers would be if we got superpowers. And, of course, mine's at this point going to be teleportation. I want to be able to teleport. I used to be a freeze time or go invisible, But now I would teleport. This way we can go to, like, Disney and stuff together. But my wife, I always want my wife to have a special superpower. And there's one of two that I would be okay with. One is transformation. Kind of like the blue girl, Carmen Electra from X-Men. And the other one is like Elastigirl's powers. And the reason is very specific. And it is because whether you can either use that power to craft a phallic-looking thing out of your clitoris, or she could just turn into herself with a penis. Because here's my thing: is I don't know if I could be in a long-term relationship with a girl with a wiener. But I think that like 3 days out of the month, that would be excellent. Like that would be pretty cool. I think that would be fantastic. And so I kind of wish that that would be a desired power for my wife. Because I think that'd be pretty cool. I don't think I would take it. But I don't think I would take it. But I would certainly do it I'd do stuff with it, Yeah.
Matt Rife comedy special on Netflix and turned it off because, like, dude, bro,
Yeah, I am the kind of guy that wished I could stop time when I was younger. How is that insulting? When I was a kid, I wish I could stop time. This is why I'm very happy that I don't have superpowers. I think I'm the only person in the world that's like, I'm happy I don't have superpowers. Because here's the thing. I think I'm an okay guy. I think my mother has done a significant amount to make sure I'm a decent person, and my wife keeps me in line as well. But like power corrupts. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, if I had Superman's powers, I would be like a big Boy Scout that would help the world. Bro, I would fucking kill anybody. I would literally kill you if you cut me off in traffic. You know, if I had the power. I wouldn't right now. If you gave it to me right now, I wouldn't abuse the power. But it just takes that like one moment of like, fuck. You know, I just fucking fly through the windshield and just pick up your car and throw it. I couldn't handle that much power. I need to be in check. You know, so unless my wife had that like kryptonite powers, then it might work out because she's got to keep me in check. Because that's the thing is that like I would be good like 99% of the time. But I mean 99% of the time, that's like 3.5 days a year that I'm a fucking piece of shit. You know? That's not good. And you distribute that over time. So it's like, it takes 2 minutes a day for you to be an asshole, for you to destroy the world. So I'm just saying, it's not even an Omni-Man moment. I wouldn't have that self-control. Are you kidding me? All it would take is one dog in the supermarket that somebody claimed was a service dog, but it won't stop yapping for me to fry that thing and turn it into fucking dinner. And I would gladly eat it. I don't care. As long as it was prepared well, I'd eat a dog. So, yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. If I got superpowers, that'd be my issue.
Betrayed your audience immediately. You told an unfunny joke about domestic violence against women.
Okay.
And also included in there like some misogyny about them in the kitchen cooking and pleasing their man.
Well, I mean, how do you make a funny joke about domestic violence? I mean, that implies that you can make a funny joke about DV, which I don't think is possible. I mean, maybe you could do it. You know, I remember I told the joke once that was the reason I really love the fact that women are becoming cops is so that men know how it feels to be abused at home after a long day at work. But I don't know if that's funny. I don't know. I don't know if that's funny. You guys let me know in the comments.
Pleasing their husband, and you betrayed them.
Yeah, so I'm not going to watch.
The joke is that cops abuse their spouses. That's the joke. I wonder if the reason why, because cops are typically more abusive than normal people, you know, and I wonder why that is. I wonder if part of it is because it's tough to be a cop and there's a lot of stress, which I feel like is definitely true. Or if another part of it is just the kind of people who want to be cops. You know, but I feel like it's a little bit of both. Because do any good guys want to be cops? I don't know. I'm sure that there are people that are like, I want to be a cop. I'm a good guy. I want to be a cop. But I don't know, man. I feel like you know, being a cop. I love and I respect cops, but I feel like being a cop means that it's like, yeah, you know, what made you want to be a cop? Well, I didn't have any other options. I got C's in high school. I wasn't particularly smart, and I kind of have a power authority issue. My father was very aggressive, and I feel like that makes me want to be aggressive to others. I don't know. I don't know.
Special, but I will give him credit here. He did make me laugh with the reaction he got out of these people. Like, it's hilarious hearing some guy get all offended on the behalf of Matt's female fans because he feels like Matt betrayed them by making some stupid joke. Like, it's one thing.
Yeah, Ronnie Coleman's the only cool cop out there. I respect that. I love Ronnie Coleman. What a god, man. I know he's walking around all crippled and shit now, and people are like, oh, what did he do to himself? What did he do to himself? My grandfather's dead in the ground, bro. Like, what did the fuck? Ronnie Coleman's unworkable legs mean nothing 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 100 years from now. But that motherfucker is going to be remembered more than us. So, yeah, he might have destroyed his body, but all of our bodies are destroyed at some point. That's why I had cake for breakfast, because fuck it, right? You know?
Did not find it funny. I completely understand.
Super chatted $2.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, big boy. GR8 voice, GR8 content. Keep it up.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sorry. I'm going to text my wife real quick. I miss her. We got my wife and I. She saw this thing on TikTok. We're trying to have babies. My wife and I want to have babies. So we saw this thing on TikTok, and well, she saw it, and then we went to Walmart for it. And it's that apparently if you buy a blanket and then you wrap it like a Christmas gift and you put it under your Christmas tree, it's supposed to signify good luck for having babies, which is fantastic. And so we bought 2 yesterday, and when she gets home, we're going to go out later. I think I'm going to try to take her out and surprise her. We're going to go out and we're going to buy wrapping paper, and we bought 2 blankets, like I said. And I think we're each going to wrap one of our own blankets. I didn't tell her this. I wanted to surprise her with that. I think it would be cute if each of us wrapped our own blanket and put it under the tree. This way it's like cute. It's doing it together, you know, because she's been struggling a lot. You know, it's tough, man. I feel so bad for women that you know, I feel bad for couples when it takes a little extra work to have a baby, especially for women, because they're the ones that usually have to put in the extra effort. You know, she's got to go on hormones and stuff, and it's like I can't even regulate my own hormones. You know, I couldn't imagine what it's like to be a woman, because my hormones go raging. I just get angry. I start breaking stuff. Like, that's destructive. My wife just starts to cry a little bit. So I think women really are fantastic for being able to put up with that. You know, I think we have to give more women credit. And people are like, well, they have the whatever particular, oh, it's a woman has the PCOS. Listen, my wife and I are making an informed decision to have babies, to try to have babies. Because of that, I would dump my semen in her hourly. If she didn't have that, our lives would be different. We wouldn't have made the intentional choice that make a baby. It would have just happened, and it might have been too early. So I look at PCOS as a blessing. I look at it as a blessing. I think that women with PCOS are beautiful. I think that it's amazing. You get all the practice you need, you know, and you get to make an informed decision on whether you want to have a baby or not. It's an incredible thing. It's an incredible thing. So, you know, that's the thing. That's the thing. So, you know, if your spouse, whether it's a guy or a girl, sometimes your jizz doesn't work too well. If your partner has, you know, trouble, you know, getting pregnant, that's not their problem. It's it's your problem. Both of your problems. You know, treat it as such. Okay. Because my wife came into this relationship when I had a significant amount of debt. She's still with me. So I gotta, you know, you gotta ride or die. You really gotta ride or die. You gotta look at it like that. And I respect women who are willing to put their bodies on the line and put themselves through those drastic hormonal changes and then carry a baby. It's gonna fuck you up forever. Your bladder is gonna fall out of your pussy. That's a thing that happens to women. Their bladders fall out of their pussies just to have my child. I think that's such a beautiful thing. And she came into it knowing that my head was bigger than my shoulders coming out of my mom's vagina. And that's like round 2. She's going to get fucked up. So, like, what a beautiful woman. What a beautiful woman. What an incredible thing. I think that men need to appreciate that more. I think that we need to appreciate that more. So...
that, but to be like, dude, bro, you completely betrayed your audience. I mean, that just sounds insane, because I'm sure there's still a lot of women in his audience that thought it was funny or didn't mind it or weren't offended by it. And I actually think it's more insulting to get all offended on their behalf, because then it sounds like, oh, you took things too far, because you know women can't handle jokes about themselves very well.
That is a little true.
Even though it sounded like most of the people in the crowd were
sometimes I make jokes, but my wife, she gets very upset.
Laughing at it, and I'm sure there are a lot of women in the crowd. But you know what? I will agree with this TikToker a little bit, because there is a percentage of Matt's fan base that he did betray.
Sophie and Alexandru super chatted $2.43.
Thank you.
10x for giving me more confidence to say the word.
What word are you referring to? What are you talking about? What word did I give you confidence saying? And how did I do it?
that don't understand what comedy is, they're obviously going to have a tough time with this. But I guess we'll see how many of those people there are. You know, this was a bold move from Matt. He is going to lose some fans from this.
I doubt
but
it.
like I said,
people will complain, they get upset initially, and then they move on. You know, when it comes to Matt Rife, people going to his shows, I feel like he's going to be fine. That's somewhat of a smaller venue. And when it comes to his bigger stuff on like Comedy Central or Netflix or whatever, it comes out like once a year or so. People are going to be over it by then.
I don't think he cares, but it'll be interesting to see what happens, you know, to see who's with him because they actually think he's funny compared to who's with him because they just think he's good looking. And I wonder if he's actually going to stop trying to play into his looks because obviously that's what got him here. And that's also
well, I mean, like, let's be honest here, okay? Is if a woman is in love with a man, which that's the argument here, is these women are so attracted to him, they love him. You can literally hit a woman and she will still love you. You know, and you should never hit women. That's obviously very wrong. But women are fucking insane. You can, like, if a woman is in love with you, you can abuse her and she'll be your biggest defender. Like, I'm with a woman that I could fucking beat up. I could beat her up. I wouldn't. She would fight back. So she would stab me to death, frankly. But I could do it. I could abuse her a little bit. I know I could because she loves me so much. But I wouldn't want to, of course. Well, women are fucking crazy, dude. Women are fucking crazy. You know? A guy can hit a woman and she'll be the one like, no, it's not that big of a deal. You're right. You're right. The cheese was too soft. That's my fault. You know? It's really fucked up. You can me all you want, but women are crazy. Women are insane. They love too hard. They love too powerfully.
why he really has no right to complain about his fans because he.
It didn't go to scary, dude. That's just how women are. Women are scary. Proof. No proof, dude. No proof. I'm just fucking kidding.
Did market
I'm making a joke.
People for sure.
It is a hot take, but it is kind of true. Women know that women are like the most ride or die. That's why women will literally stay with a man who has like a traumatic brain injury. But the second a girl gets like cancer that'll take 6 months to fucking get through, a guy's filing for divorce. Like men are kind of trash, frankly. I love men as a man, but men are also pieces of shit. Let's be real. So you tell me, like, that's the truth. Women will put up with a lot.
But now it looks like he's trying to transition into actually being taken seriously as a comedian, and that's definitely going to be the tough part because if he's
just becoming mainstream,
able to do that, and he tries to go back to just playing into his looks.
Hey, Papa Got Deaf Noodles got banned from Twitter again. Do you think he'll have a meltdown? As far as I know, he was subscribed to Elon Musk making money. I don't care. Who cares about that guy?
That is going to be sad and pathetic, and that's not going to go well. But let me know what you guys think about it all down in the comments. Let me know what you think about his joke, if you think it's too offensive or whatever.
Yeah.
And then make sure you go check out my Patreon account. If you like this channel and you want more content.
There's some NSFW stuff on there, I heard.
I highly recommend it. I think there are over 50 videos on there at this point.
Yeah.
And most of them are around 20 minutes. And it's a great way to stay updated on everything going on in the comedy world.
Okay. Yeah, cool, guys. Check out Too Lazy to Try's Instagram. Patreon. Wow, I yapped the fuck out of that. That was a 38-minute segment on a 10-minute video. That's crazy.